And which is why I love reminding people that vulvas get a boner and the clitoris is 4 inches long. Hey everybody, I'm Nadége. I'm a sex scholar, best-selling author, and the founder of Pleasure Science. And today I'm sitting here with Sara.
Yes. Hi, I'm Sara Loverays. I'm an adult entertainer on Chatterbait and also have a background in physical therapy. Me personally, I like breaking down the stigma of using lube. I know some people online, they're like, oh, you don't need lube. I got you super wet. But for me, if I'm using toys, I tend to like to use it regardless if I'm wet because of the friction and, so using lube also doesn't mean that you're
less, I don't know, that your like vulva is less working.
Yes.
No, I love lube. I'm such a big fan of lube. One, using lube will heighten anything you put it on. So thinking again about the whole body as an erogenous zone, like put lube on your nipples, put it on your feet and give a nice little massage. Use lube in more places, but it's also really great for the vulva, and it's so helpful for us to have a tool that takes pressure off of anything in the bedroom, right? I almost wish there was like a lube for ED, just because of the pressure that we can put on ourselves, right? But yeah, big fan of lube, absolutely. The only time I would say to not use lube or to take a step away from lube is if you are using lube to have penetration before your body is ready. That's really the only time where I'm like, let's actually pause.
Yes.
Because here's the thing about the vulva. It should be sucking you inside. This idea that it's normal to kind of slowly push your way in, even in a consensual situation. Like I've been there where I was younger having sex and I think, well, I see an erection and I'm like, okay, well, it's time to now move on to part B of the sex routine.
Yeah, you're so worried about their comfort and readiness.
And pleasure, and everything. And which is why I love reminding people that vulvas get a boner and the clitoris is 4 inches long, because all boners should be prioritized in the bedroom. But the vulva should actually be sucking you inside. So a great thing to do is test with your fingers a little first. Don't go straight to penetration, but test a little with your fingers. See if the vulva's pulling you in. And this was something that I really learned when I started fisting with an ex. And I have like the tiniest little hands. And so I love fisting because my hands can go like in everywhere.
You got good tools.
Yeah, they're great little things. But I realized when I started to learn how to fist, that was when I really noticed that if the vulva or the butt is really, and the throat actually, if we're deep throating, all of these orifices, if they're loose and relaxed, will be sucking you inside.
Yeah, give time to play and warm up, and we worry about the man's experience in getting an erection, but we also have to consider those with vulvas, what their experience is too.
Yeah.
So I like that you gave that reminder.
Yeah, and I know you had mentioned how long it can take, right? To warm up a vulva. And so studies show it could be between anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes to warm up a vulva to that point. Also a great rule of thumb with penetration is have an orgasm. Maybe use a vibrator or maybe oral sex, but give your partner an orgasm and then go to penetration. At that point, the vulva will be so relaxed. That's an excellent time to transition over into penetration.